Welcome back to the Sound for More channel. It's Leo speaking. Today I'm going to explain how to use the Logic sequencer channels which are here, channel 5 to channel 8. Before I continue, I would like to remind my viewers to subscribe as it helps with growing the channel. Thank you very much. So in the previous two videos we have seen how to use channel 1 to channel 4 where you inputted steps on the different channels and you defined voices and they played accordingly to what you created as buttons. And we have also seen how to use the accent channel to define different velocity for the steps being played. Now, the channels that we have seen so far, we're working based on the input of the users. Channel 5 to channel 8 are called Logic sequencer channels because they are based on the logics of other channels. So, for example, channel number 5 is based predominantly on the input of channel number 1 and channel number 2, i.e. based on conditions which are present when the two channels are playing will determine what is being played or when the channel 5 is triggered. The logic of being triggered is based on the algorithm which is selected. And you can select the algorithm here using a dial. You can go from 1 to 8. And as you change that, you also see a representation here on the matrix changing. Indeed, this matrix represents which algorithm is selected for each of the channels. So the first one is for channel number 5. And indeed, you can press with the mouse here. And you can see different position changing, and also when you see it becoming red, it means that the condition up on the channels actually is favorable for that for channel 5 in this case to be triggered. Okay, but I will explain that in a sec. You also have here on the right hand side the ability to turn on and off different channels. So the first one here is for channel number 5, the second one is for channel number 6, and so on. And then of course you can invert also the behavior of the algorithm being selected and therefore how it is playing and finding the particular channel, just clicking or selecting the invert button. So let's try something. So let's create some steps like so. And on channel number 1, and then we go to channel number 2 and we select some steps which for which only channel 2 is active, or also some step for which also channel 1 is active, like this one and that one. Okay, and we select also steps where only channel 1 is active, i.e. there is no a corresponding step active on the same position for channel number 2. Okay, we say go to voices and we select a voice analog, very simple. Selection like so that we can hear something when channel 5 is triggered. So let's click play. Now I have turned off channel number 5 so you don't hear it anymore, you hear just my voice, and you can see that channel number 5 is triggering when both steps are active, i.e. when the playing cursor or head is hitting this position here, you have a step active on channel number 2 and also channel number 1, and therefore channel number 5 is triggered. So it happens at this position and also at this position as well. Now let's change the algorithm. Let's go for the second one. So this one fires actually when the steps are active are different between between channel 1 and channel number 2. Okay, so in this position, this one, and also this one as well. Okay, and remember, as if you were to go to channel number 6, will actually take the input for channel 2 and channel number 3. Channel number 7 will take the input for channel 3 and channel 4, and so on and so forth. But also there are some algorithms that will take the input, for example, from channel number 1 and the accent channel. So the best way to learn is actually to try them. And because there are no many, there are only 8 algorithms, and then you learn very quickly what you want to use and why. Failing that, there is also a table in the menu that can help you, but that sometimes can be also a bit confusing. Now, let's progress to algorithm number 3 for channel number 5. As you can hear it and see as well on the representation on the screen, this is firing when there is no active steps between actually channel 1 and channel 2. Now, let's go to the accent channel and let's set down to 0 the velocity for the dark drum where we have no step selected. Let's go, for example, to channel number 7 and let's activate. Now, you don't hear anything, right? So let's select a step on the accent channel, like here. So you hear it now. And not always is divided by 2. Okay, and that is interesting. Again, different algorithms works in different ways. So let's go to algorithm number 6. Now you see it's firing, but you don't hear anything because you have the dark drum symbol to 0. So let's change the volume of this. So it's another thing to consider. Based on the type of algorithm, it will take actually the in my file when a step is active or is not active in the accent channel. And of course, that depends on the velocity which you set for the dark or white drums as well. So just remember that. So let's go to 7. You see, it's firing when you have a step here on the accent channel, but it does it every 2 passes, so it's divided by 2. And that is another type of condition which occurs as well, based on the algorithm which is selected. And of course, that changes also on when you insert the step and what position they are playing, because when they are divided by 2, it actually switches the step from being a 0 to 1 alternatively. Okay, I'm going to stop here. Please do check the other algorithms, and of course, then you can apply the same logic to the other 3 channels, channel 6 to channel 8. I hope you found this useful, and as always, see you next time. Bye.